All right. Well, welcome to our ultimate lifestyle transformation call. We welcome all of you here and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am going to turn the call over to my good friend and colleague, health coach, internationally recognized health coach, Sandra Cotto, and she's going to take it from here and then introduce some of our other hosts tonight.
Yes, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to tonight's Zoom call. We are so excited to have you here with us today. You took some time out of your schedule to be here, and you're here for a reason, right? You're either here because somebody invited you, maybe you're interested to learn a little bit about what this nutrition program is all about, or maybe you're just curious. Either way, we're happy that you're here. Welcome to tonight's call. Hopefully, you'll leave here with some more information, and who knows, it could possibly change your life. So, I'll be facilitating this presentation along with my business partners here, Eric, Madai, and Jessica. So, we'll be kind of tag teaming this so that you get a little bit of something from everybody. And again, thank you for being here. And just quick housekeeping, please be sure to keep yourself on mute for the time being so that we don't have any other background noise. And at any time during the presentation, if you have a question or something pops up in your mind, go ahead and put it in the chat box. Or you can also, we'll have a little bit of time at the end for some Q&A, but we really suggest that you get back with any questions with the person who invited you to this call tonight. Okay, what else? All right, we got everything. We got everyone on mute. Questions. First of all, before we start, let us know where you're tuning in from. Put in the comment section, where are you tuning in from so we can see where everybody is in the US here or maybe outside. We'd love to give you a shout out. All right, Miramar, Florida. I know I am in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, not too far from Miramar. All right, we got Coral Springs. All right, another Fort Lauderdale. Excellent. All right, Pembroke Pines. All right, welcome. Welcome, Pembroke Pines. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So, my name, as Eric said, is Coach Sandra Cotto. I've been with Purium for a year and a half now already, and it's really been an incredible journey, both on the health front and on the financial level as well. And so, today we're going to be sharing with you and talking about the whole life transformation that Purium offers, health and wealth. And you'll learn about Purium, a company of over 20 years, who the founders are, why it's the best nutrition solution for the health problem in our country today. And you'll hear firsthand from our Purium brand partners whose lives have been completely transformed by this business. We'll be sharing some transformation stories with you. And then, more important, you'll learn how easy it is to start your own transformation for your health and possibly for your financial freedom as well. Okay. So we all know someone, right, who either has or has had cancer or diabetes, heart disease, and many other lifestyle diseases. So now more than ever, there's awareness of the big problem today with the state of food in this country. I mean, think about the Swedish, soccer team. They brought in their own, I think they brought in their own food. Our bodies are constantly being bombarded with toxins, and one source of toxins are what we call ultra processed frankenfoods. So, why are people eating these foods? Well, because of busy lifestyles enabling poor food choices, which in turn result in lack of sleep, low energy, brain fog, digestive issues, and even worse. These foods and even many supplements are laden with chemicals, sugar, inflammatory oils, artificial dyes, artificial sweeteners, pesticides, and glyphosate are linked to lifestyle diseases like leaky gut, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even, unfortunately, cancer. So, glyphosate, the toxic chemical in Roundup weed killer, is found in many of these foods, unfortunately, and even in foods that some might consider to be healthy. Glyphosate is a mineral descaler. It's patented as an antibiotic. It's insidious, virtually impossible to avoid. It's toxic and disruptive to the gut microbiome and has been linked to leaky gut, autoimmune disease, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and many other cancers. So, why is it important to have a healthy gut microbiome? Well, because 70% of our immune system is in the gut. 90 to 95% of serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone, is made in the gut. So, poor gut health can be related to low mood, anxiety, and even depression. So, if your gut is compromised, for example, from leaky gut, you really can't absorb the nutrients. So you'll see here the Purium solution. So the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation is the real food solution that is also convenient and it's great for the busiest of lifestyles. This is the part that I really, really love. This is a 90-day program. And as you can see here, the products, they contain a component that is proven in a human study to remove glyphosate. That's our biomedic, a delicious organic superfood shake that's nutrient dense and satisfying. This is our power shake, that green that you see in this little blender bottle. We have a high quality protein, which is our super amino 23s. That's 10 tablets of these super aminos equate to the protein synthesis of a 12.5-ounce steak. That's pretty impressive. There's also a parasite cleanse that's included with that, a natural sleep support, which will help give you that deep, restful sleep. And so this is why people feel so good when they're on this program because their cells are being fed and nourished while gently, detoxing at the same time. And we know there's no shortage of people who need either to lose weight, gain energy, improve their digestion, sleep better, and lift some of the brain fog that some of us go through. And the ultimate lifestyle transformation really checks off all of those boxes. So you'll see here the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation has transformed thousands of people's lives. And here are just a handful of some of the testimonies. So you'll see some before and after pictures. You see some weight loss there. You'll see some skin issues from before and after. So some amazing results, like 37 combined pounds lost, over 10 inches lost. Sleeping through the night has been gained. This is the story of Mark and Jessica. They've lost the bloating, they've lost the blood sugar meds, they gained energy, which is super important in our busy schedules, needing the energy, and happiness. Happiness has been gained. Now, that's pretty amazing. So, amazing results. These are just a few, but you'll hear some more as well on tonight's presentation. And so at this point, I am going to hand it over to Jessica. Jessica, go ahead and take it away. Jessica, you are muted. Okay, there we go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jessica. I am so happy to be part of this segment of the presentation. Let me tell you why really briefly. My family and I were part of working with multinational companies, and knowing the owners and their purpose was crucial. So, right now, right here, I'm going to talk to you about the owners and the co founders of this company. So, Amy Venner and Dave Sandoval have championed the organic, non GMO, whole food superfood movement since 1993. Decades of experience. And why? Why did they decide to partner together? Well, if you go look into their story, Amy Venner was a person who was raising a family. And now she was raising two daughters. And she wanted to make sure that the nutrition was the best for her family. And Dave Sandoval, which is the other co-owner, who is our actually formulator, also had a family event. However, he was helped, he was tutored, he was taught by the best health people in the industry. So the fact that they had the best intentions and they were using the best ingredients and they were using all of this to formulate the best possible outcome to stop the problems that they were having during because of their family health. They started to create this wonderful thing over 2 decades ago. And the one thing that I want to encourage you to do is whenever you want to look at anything that you want to buy, look at the founders, look at their purpose. It's not just a family business, it's not just love. This is real deep nourishment. They went out and about to create something together to really make a change. So I encourage you to find out a little bit more about Purium.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I think this is my part now. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Eric. And what Jessica mentioned is so important. I've worked with thousands and thousands of products over the course of my nearly 30-year professional career. And I could tell you that a product is only as good as the people behind it. And we can be assured that we have some good people behind Purium. In fact, Dave and Amy's high integrity is infused in the mission of the company, and it's reflected in many ways. First, they are the manufacturer. This is important because most of the products that we use, if you turn them over, you'll see they're manufactured for instead of manufactured by. This is really important to understand that Purium is the manufacturer because they control every facet of the manufacturing process and they can control how it's made and also the cost that it takes to make it. So their food philosophy, certified organic, no binders, fillers, chemicals, artificial, anything. This is whole food nutrition with no synthetic isolates, and every ingredient is carefully third-party tested. Very important. So, as I mentioned, Purium is the manufacturer, and so we really appreciate that when a Purium box is delivered to our doorstep, we have the highest quality product available. So, what makes Purium different? Well, it's certainly good for our body. Again, certified organic, we have a proven glyphosate solution in Biomedic. There's never any artificial ingredients. They are able to manufacture these in a convenient and affordable way, and they do in-house and third-party testing. In addition, they're one of the few, if not the only companies that not only cares about what's in the packaging, but the packaging itself. In fact, they've committed to biodegradable, compostable packaging. And this has meant that they've been able to save over 300,000 pounds of plastic from entering our environment, or approximately 14 million plastic water bottles. That's really important because we know now, based on research and science, that microplastics can have a devastating effect within the body. In fact, here's a recent article found in February 2025 that shows that an entire spoonful of microplastics in people's brains and 3 times as much in those with dementia. So there's a clear link there. In fact, it's estimated that we consume, on average, the equivalent of a credit card in plastic every single year. So you can imagine those have devastating impacts on the body. So we want to share some powerful testimonials now from some people that have been not only using the Purium products, but also recommend these to their clients as health coaches. And the first one You've heard from her already this evening. Coach Sandra.
Thank you so much, Eric. So I'm just going to give you a high level. My journey has been kind of in has progressed in different ways. So I started using the products to help me as I was going through my hormonal changes. I was someone who wanted to support my body naturally and not do any hormone therapy, and I knew it was time for me to really start eating cleaner. And so I embarked on my 90-day ultimate lifestyle transformation. And within a couple of weeks on my own personal journey to help support me and what I was going through, I got a phone call that my dad unfortunately fell and landed in the hospital, and I needed to be there to support him through that. He had already been dealing with two different types of cancers, COPD. And so here I was, not only trying to support myself with this program, but it was now time for me to go and be a support system for my dad. I had gone up to Georgia, stayed with him in the hospital for 3 months, literally sleeping with him in the same room. And as you know, hospital food is not very good. And so I was super grateful that I had my Purium products there with me, that I could really help my immune system to stay strong because my dad had contracted RSV. And all the time that I was there, I did not get sick, not once. And I could really say that it was these products that supported me. And so 3 months gone by, I completed the program. What I love, as I mentioned earlier, this is such an easy program to implement for the busiest of people. And if you've been a caregiver before, you know how much time and energy it takes to put into taking care of somebody else. Meanwhile, you're trying to take care of yourself. So it was so convenient that I could have these foods with me in the hospital to support me. And so fast forward, I completed my ultimate lifestyle transformation, lost some of the weight that I had gained, was feeling much better emotionally, and I just felt amazing. And as a health coach, in part of my journey is making it easy for my clients who are embarking on their journey as I help women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond to feel and look the best that they can look using this nutrition. Number one, it's super easy. It was already a done for me program where I didn't have to worry about giving them a nutrition program. It was already done for them. And not only was I able to be their coach and support them one on one, but guess what? This comes with a community. And that was something I personally was missing as a health coach, doing things on my own for almost 10 years now, being a coach, and myself wanting a community that I can be a part of something, right? I could be a part of something greater than me. And guess what? My clients get to benefit from that as well and be a part of our community because we know that it's hard out there doing things on your own, right? And when you've got somebody who can give you the support and know that other people are going through what you're going through, it really helps to, get amazing results. So thank you so much, Eric, for allowing me to share a little bit of my story. I love everything. It's been a part of my business now as well. It's helped me physically in my health as well as my clients. So thank
That's
you.
so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective as a health
Yeah.
coach as well. Now we go to Jessica Javins, another health and personal development coach. Would you like to share your experience?
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and thank you for being here. I'm Jessica Javins. I know some of you in person. I invited you here, so thank you for being here. But some of you know me by Jessica Javins Talk podcast, but this is not why I'm here today. I'm here today because of one very important transformational path that I went through. I've been into a situation where I struggled with my weight since I was 8 years old. That's when my parents took me to the doctor. And I've been on every and on diet that you can ever imagine. As soon as I was in my middle age now, in my 40s, I finally found a way to manage my weight. But I started seeing that my muscles were losing. I was working out, my muscles were not growing, and I was losing hair. And that was exactly at the time that I met Eric and Melinda, who introduced me to Super Amino 23. And that is the exact thing that I absolutely needed that I did not realize. I was undernourished. I needed superfoods in my body. My body was saying, hello, I need this. And as soon as I started taking it, within 30 to 45 days, I started seeing a notice of my hair growing back, my muscles growing. So I got a little wider. I was happy about that. However, I was also at this time of my life becoming a wellness, health, and also certified life consultant. So once I did that, not only I had to experience and talk about what I've been through, but I had to talk about what my clients been through. And once us here, this community that you just heard, that Sandra just talked about, shared everything that we were able to experience together by really giving our body what it truly needs, it completed the full cycle. And this is what I do today. As a wellness, health, and life certified coach, I recommend this to my clients. Why? Because not only the nervous system, the mental, the emotional part of everything is absolutely needed, but if you're depleting your body from appropriate, I speak Portuguese, apropriado, appropriate nutrition, you won't fill the circle. So this became the full package of my service to my clients. And this is where they've been thriving now, especially the ones who's trying to lose weight, for instance. They need additional nutrition. Mothers, executive leaders like me need especially nutrition now. They're going through premenopause, menopause. This is crucial. So I've been absolutely fascinated with the results within myself, but especially within my clients. And that's why I'm here talking about this, because it is absolutely beautiful. And with that being said, I am passing this to Madai.
Unmute.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Madai, and I'm excited to share my story with you. I was diabetic. I lived with fibromyalgia, a chronic rheumatic syndrome that is a type of arthritis that causes widespread pain as if injured. I had Hashimoto's, and all this caused just fatigue, sleep problems, headaches, emotional and mental distress, such as depression and anxiety. Uh, that was me. Yeah. But I noticed that I was missing the cellular support. Um, Due to all of that, I had low energy, the brain fog, digestion issues, chronic inflammation. And as Jessica mentioned, these weren't just random symptoms, but they were signals that my body was actually letting me know that it needed more and in order to function properly. And so I wasn't pooping, and I have to mention that because, my whole body structure was out of line. I didn't notice I had, after a while, I noticed that after I ate, I had to unbutton my jeans. And for me, that was uncomfortable. So I wasn't living comfortably in my body. And so we go through life ignoring the signals. We think that we're just getting older, that we have too much stress, that, we either lost some sleep. And really, that is just us surviving. And at that point in my 50s, I was scared because I didn't know what it was going to be like in my 60s and 70s. And a friend of mine invited me to a superfood social, and the rest was history. So I'm no longer surviving, but I'm striving. And today, what I would like for you, those of you visiting us, is to understand what can really become possible when you support your body at a foundational level, not just managing symptoms. So I hope something resonated with you. And we look forward to seeing you at our next Superfood Social.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madai, for sharing your story, Jessica for sharing your story, and Coach Sandra for sharing your story. We have one more inspiring testimonial for you tonight, and it's from a gentleman that is on day three, just on day three of his ultimate lifestyle transformation. And I just wanted him to come on just for just a minute or two and share his experience so far. So, Vincent Erico, can you unmute yourself and just share with our group tonight? How are you feeling on day three now?
I am looking for the right adjective. I have a few adjectives, but I'm feeling uh, fabulous. That's the best. And the reason I say that is because it's been such a drastic change for me. Um, you know, this has not been the first ULT I've been on. I lived in Thailand for 3 years, and I had a ULT program shipped to me and did it for 30 days. And the symptoms that I were dealing with at the time got better within that short amount of time. And I should have had the statistics for you from that one, but I think I lost roughly 15 pounds in a month. And I had such phenomenal results. And so Thailand is so far away and it's very difficult to get the product shipped there. So I am back in America, and it's not the only reason, but one of the major reasons I'm back is because of Purium. Because of the fact I was in the health food industry a long time ago in the 80s, and I had phenomenal results, and it was with organic foods and natural hygiene. And if any of you are familiar with that, and Purium's philosophy is very similar. And the thing is that I can't find anything that has the quality that these products have, and so the results. I'm into results. Really am. So already, my mood's getting better. I was diagnosed with uh, non. How do I put it? I got to remember the term. Therapeutically resistant and medically resistant depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. Okay. So in the 3 days, okay, it didn't happen initially. The transition was very rough, but last night I noticed a phenomenal difference in my sleep. Usually I can't sleep. I'm up a lot. I was able to sleep a solid 4 hours before having to get up to go to the bathroom, which is miraculous to me because usually it's every half an hour, sometimes every 15 minutes that I'm getting up. And I have a uh, hyperextended pelvic bone, which is causing pain. And I said this to Eric the other day. I said, or today actually, I said, despite that pain, I said everything is getting so much better for me. I feel the energy, and I feel hope, and emotionally and physically, I know I'm getting better. So thank you for Eric being such a great coach and a follow up. So they say the third time's a charm. This is the third time that I'm doing Purium, and I'm going to do it all the way this time. So
Thank you so much for sharing with us, and we're so proud of you for making the decision to embark on this journey with us. And I'm honored that you've allowed us to support you on it. So we heard some amazing testimonials tonight. Full disclosure, results are not typical. We're not doctors. We're not here to diagnose or treat disease, but I think the results pretty much speak for themselves. And really, we're talking about ordinary people achieving extraordinary results. And one of the reasons why people are so successful on this program and with this nutrition in particular is because of the support that's offered. A tremendous community of like-minded individuals that have created a judgment-free zone, a positive environment where people feel part of something, part of a community, part of a family. But in addition to that, we also offer education. So we have weekly educational calls. If you'd like to learn more about nutrition, if you'd like to learn how you can utilize, in particular, superfood nutrition and herbs in your daily regimen to look, feel, and perform your absolute best. So you might be wondering now how you get started. Well, the first step is to get back with the person who invited you to this call tonight. They have a $50 to $100 gift card that you can use towards purchase of your ultimate lifestyle transformation. We recommend for optimum results to commit to a full 12-week program. For less than $13 a day, you can get the equivalent of 2 superfood meals, your protein in your super amino 23, gut support in your biomedic and your super cleansar, and a sleep support component in your sleep nightly, your essential fatty acids and your alpha omega. So pretty much you have all the nutrition you need. Many people find that they don't even need to take their regular multivitamins and other supplements because they're getting more than enough nutrients in this program. And so they're able to save hundreds of dollars a month in supplement costs, in excess beverages that they may have purchased in the past, in snacks, that empty calorie foods that their body just no longer craves. So this is really not a budget choice. This is more of an eating choice. What we recommend doing is taking your existing budget, however much you're spending on food today. And I'm not just talking about the food that you spend at the grocery store. I'm talking about all the food that you can consume. The deliveries, the coffee shops, the snack machines, the extra beverages, carbonated, soda, whatever it might be. You take that entire budget and you don't spend one penny more. You keep it exactly the same. The only thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking a portion of that and you're going to be diverting it to more enhanced quality food, food that has higher nutrient density. Now, by doing that, you're spending exactly the same as you did before. The only difference is you've now just upgraded what you fuel your body with. So again, get back with the person who invited you to this call. They will direct you to our website, ishoppurium.com, where you can utilize the personalized gift card that has been shared with you or will be shared with you. So that brings us to the end of this little presentation. And again, we thank you so much for joining. We're going to give it just a minute or two, maybe 3, for any questions that anyone may have out there. This would be your opportunity to ask any questions. We have a few health coaches here that might be able to answer some questions.